I don't know what that was, but it's had some problems. But nice. Silent. I think I fixed that. Let me know if you can hear me. I believe I fixed it. I'm not sure though. I know there was some problem with my mic just now. Good. All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. So, 40 Phantom, how's it going, man? I've been just seeing you around and like taking high grounds, comment sections on their shorts and community page. But any recent pickups? You planning good? Any, sealed product being ripped on your end? I haven't picked up anything since last week. Just kind of laying low right now, seeing what I can see. But just kind of looking at my cards. This is kind of like just the time for me to also look at my cards and just talk about what I have. Rip a Series 2 hobby box today. Yeah, that's a good rip right there. I mean, you pull anything, or Optichrome, Chaos Agent Hollow, anything like that. I've never ripped Series 2, which is weird. I don't know. I feel like the majority of people that I know have ripped Series 2, but obviously I don't know. I haven't. I've only ripped one thing from Cutie Pie Opti. Isn't that like that weird looking skin, that female one? It's like the really big head. I'm not completely sure which one that is, but I believe that's the one. It's like red. I don't know how much that goes for. Probably not too much. That's probably not what you're looking for, I guess. But I mean, you gray it in the gems. You're looking at like probably $40, $50. Yeah, that's it. Hey, all right. Yeah, I thought so. I just wanted to make sure. I'm definitely more of a Series 1 guy, but I still know a lot of the Series 1s. Series 2. You want a Haze Optichrome? Oh, that'd be sick. Haze is a really good card. Dylan's got that Cracked Ice PSA 10 or did at one point. That was really nice. I saw a Haze Cracked Ice at the National. I think it was Famous Players. I'm sure you know who that is, but if you don't, it's like his Instagram is like Famous Player. You should check him out. He has a pretty decent Fortnite collection. I haven't been able to get any recent acquisitions on completing the Secret Skin set. Still need a Singularity and a Scientist. I've been trying to get a Singularity because I figure I want to get the Series 2 card before the Series 3 card because obviously there's way less Series 2. And they're more expensive right now. From Series 2, along with Singularity, Rustler is the card I want the most. So you want a Haze Optichrome. I got this Rustler Optichrome and the Prisoner Optichrome PSA 10. There's like the two Optichromes I have right by me that are kind of in my PC. I believe I have a Hotwire Optichrome. He's like the electricity guy with the yellow background. I have an Ice Queen Optichrome. And I don't know if I have one more or not. That might be the only ones I have. I know from Series 3 I have a few more. I pulled one, I believe. Nice, those are sweet. Thanks, I appreciate it, man. You had the Man Cake Cracked Ice in the BGS slab. Or is it a laser? It's either a laser S. I believe it got a BGS 9. I thought that was really cool. Because I like BGS's slab better than SGC. And I'm definitely going to crack this eventually and send it to PSA. I just don't know when. Eventually, not anytime soon, probably. I'd like to crack all my SGC and just be PSA only. Except for this one, because I feel like a 9, like looking at this card, a 9 is definitely generous for this Moisty Merman Brazil Crystal Shard. Like, I think at PSA would get like a 7 maybe. An 8 actually is what I'd guess. It's pretty rough around the top. One of the corners is kind of soft. So I'd definitely keep this in a 9 SGC holder. but I definitely want to be majority PSA. And obviously CGC for the prototypes. I don't have much of a choice there, or a choice at all. It's CGC only now. Try to send my best cards to BGS and all the ones with flaws to PSA. It's an interesting way of looking at it. I'd like to hear your reasoning behind that. That's very interesting to me that you go with BGS for your best cards and the ones with flaws to PSA. It's interesting. I always figured you want to send the cards that are good all around everywhere else, but just have one flaw to BGS because you get the subgrades, and it'll tell you, if it didn't have, one corner wrong, one corner messed up, it'd be a 9.5. But, this one corner dropped it down to, like a 7.5 or something. That's an interesting theory. I'd like to hear your reasoning behind that. Looking for a black label at BGS? Yeah, that's big. There's no Fortnite card black labels yet, so I mean, it doesn't really matter what you get. It'd be like best if it was like a Black Knight base or something. I mean, that'd be too hard to just consistently send shards or hollows of BK. But like if you get like or Peely BK or Peely base and a black label, that's massive. I mean, that's easily a couple thousand. Nate for Peely. I mean, Black Knight and a black label is probably 10K, maybe more. Who knows what someone's willing to pay for that? And then just Fortnite overall is a tough grade. I mean, to get a black label, I know Dylan was able to get the SGC gold label pristine on a Skull Trooper base. I think he bought that, though. I don't think he submitted that himself. There's a few gold label SGC pristines for Fortnite. There's like a Red Knight holofoil or something like that. There's a really nice card in an expensive card raw. I think there's a Red Knight holofoil in a pristine gold label SGC. So I mean that's probably massive. I wonder where that is right now. That'd be cool to see. I need to look at the SGC pop to see how many gold label pristines for Fortnite there are. But I know there's a few, like around 10 maybe. I'm just looking. I don't know if any like 10s would. I mean, obviously they're technically perfect by PSA standards, but I don't know if they'd be good enough to get like a pristine. Like this Prisoner Opti 10. Just looking at it, I don't know if I were to crack this and sub it to somewhere else. I don't even know if it'd get a 10. That's one of the. It's a roughish 10. Let's take a look at my Mothmando Shard 10. See how good that looks. Yeah, I'd say this card's definitely a 10. I don't know if it, like I said, black label, but I don't know if this Prisoner's a 10. It's a little rough for a 10. Like, I would show you, but, it's hard to pick up any detail, and I don't like taking my cards out of the sleeves just for overall protection of the slab and UV protection for the card. So I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but PSA slabs are not UV protective. So I have to make sure I put the sleeves that have UV protection. I lost my trust with PSA when I saw the laser gem mint 10s way off-centered. Yeah, but yeah, I don't really have a strong opinion on that, and you could kind of say with like the lasers being off-centered, it's almost like a factory problem. What is a factory problem? And usually they're more lenient on that. So if it's just a little off-centered, they typically will let something like that slide and maybe get a 10 if everything else is flawless. But like I haven't seen any that are way off-centered, maybe just like a tiny little bit off-centered. They sometimes let that slide. But I don't know if I've seen any that are way off-centered get a 10. Yeah, right now it seems like PSA is under a lot of heat right now just for people are cracking out 4s and getting BGS 9.5s is what I've seen. Like sports cards are like 5s and getting SGC 9s, I mean, It's interesting. You just gotta wonder. It's like I got cards that I just don't understand why they're graded what they are. Like my Wukong PSA 3 shard compared to my Ruckus PSA 6, or this Maximilian PSA 7 compared to my Moisty 7. I don't get it. Like, I've examined these cards thoroughly, and I just don't see anything that would constitute, like this Maximilian. I bet if I were to crack and resub this would get like a 9 or a 10 maybe. I don't know about Gem at 10, but the corners are sharp. I don't see any other problems. There's no like major like scratch on the front or anything. I think this card would possibly 10. I don't know. And like this Ruckus 6 is beat to hell. It's got creases and bent corners and like chipping. And then you take a look at my Wukong PSA 3. The corners are sharp. It's just got one crease down the center. That's not that long. I wouldn't say the corners are sharp. They're slightly rounded. But I'd say this is more closer to like a 6 compared to this, which I would like swap the grades on. If I was a grader, I'd give that Ruckus a 3 and this Wukong a 6. What's up? What's up, Warfighter? How's it going, man? Have any recent pickups you want to share? But how's your day going overall if you don't have any recent pickups you want to talk about? Good to see you in chat. Then it's like, even with this Ruin, I mean, I have, if I look at my Mothmando Crystal Shard, it has just slightly whitened corners, and so does this. Like I said, I can't really show it. It doesn't pick up whatsoever. But they both have just slightly whitened corners on the bottom, and the Mothmando got a 10, and the Ruin got an 8, so I don't understand it. Yeah, 40 Phantom, I do understand why you lost your trust with PSA. Just like it's almost cheap now to send with them. It's what, like 15, 20 bucks now? I believe it's like 19 actually right now. And then, SGC is 20 something, BGS is 20 something if you want to get the subgrades. So, I mean, they're almost the cheapest option, and they're worth the most in the secondhand market if you were to sell. And in my personal opinion, this is probably just biased because they're worth the most. I think they're the best looking slab. But like I said, that's probably just pure bias on my end just because they carry the most value. And it's what I've always used. I've submitted one card to BGS, and I wasn't necessarily a fan of their submission process and everything. Yet to submit a card to SGC or CGC or HGA or anything like that. Yes, PSA are the best bang for your buck. Yeah, exactly. But 40 Phantom, I like what you were talking about earlier about I want to take that chance and get that black label possibly. And, that would, for Fortnite, like a PSA 10 is like a 6x raw for a Crystal Shard. I mean, if you got a black label shard, that'd probably be like a 30x raw, honestly. I mean, because it'd be the first one ever hit the market, it'd be the first one out there. I mean, that'd just be massive. I'm going to have a PSA submission soon. I got 4 cards that I know I'm going to submit. Ace, Crackshot, the Snow Squall, and the Visitor are all going to get graded for sure in my next submission. Possibly the Rogue Agent, but I don't know. And possibly the Prisoner. And I'm just going to wait to see if I pick up anything between now and then. I don't think I will. I mean, there's a lot of good deals out in the market right now, I'd say. Nothing I'm really interested in. But like I said, I mean, there's a lot out there, a lot of good deals. Like, I mean, there's shards that are selling for like, like $100 now, even like 80 to 100. Like a reflex did $80 the other day, and it was clean. It could. I don't think it would gem, but definitely definitely a 9 probably. It was 100% an 8 or above, and possibly a 9, just what I could tell from the pictures. So I feel that's like just so cheap, and I mean, like some of these prices, it's like when I first came in even, and I couldn't imagine what it's like for people that have been in here forever. It's just ridiculous to me how cheap some of these shards are. I mean, I remember you couldn't get one for under like 150 when I first came in, and now it's like you can get them for double digits. It's just wild to me. It's like, and the people that were in there at the peak in 2021 or late 2020, early 2021, I couldn't imagine what it's like seeing the market the way it is. I'm digging the new cut, Richard. Hey, thanks, Warfighter. I appreciate it. So Series 1 is your favorite set. What are your next favorite sets in order? So 40 Phantom in order, it's 1, 2, 3 probably. But, Series 1 has my main PC, and Series 3 has my second favorite card, which is Man Cake. So it's like my top favorite cards. Like my top 5 is kind of like Moisty, Man Cake, and it's like Mothmando, Rustler. I don't know what my 5th card would be, but yeah. Reloaded would probably be in last place. I have no personal attachment to Reloaded whatsoever. Just not my cup of tea, I guess. Do you collect anything outside of the cards, toys, and play pins, etc.? Warfighter, I own 3 toys. I own Rustler, Tomato Head, and Man Cake. And I bought those a long time ago, over a year and a half ago probably. So I wouldn't say I collect them, but I do enjoy them. The employee pins are out of my price range pretty much because I have still multiple cards I need to get to feel like I completed and have everything that I want. But yeah, 40 Phantom would be like, Series 1, 2, 3, and then Reloaded. These, I just, there's nothing in Reloaded that sticks out to me. I mean, the glow-in-the-dark cards are kind of cool. The loading screens are kind of cool, but like it's just not my thing. I like the shards. I like the hollows. I like the ice. Because coming from the sports wheel, it's like, the cracked ice from contenders, numbered to 22 or 23. That's what you want almost, like the rookie ticket on card auto or the cracked ices. So I'm kind of used to that. And also, you want the shiny thing. And so your loaded it's almost compared to like vintage. It's like vintage cards, which I was never into. I do own some vintage football and baseball, and a little bit of vintage basketball actually. Like I have a 1963 Topps Jim Brown. Don't sleep on the Renegade Raider Auto Reloaded. Yeah, Warfighter. I have some reloaded cards. It's just I like it for the future as an investment. I think it's a great okay, this is not investment advice, but I do believe that it has huge potential in the future. But I just don't have any personal liking for it. I don't enjoy the set that much. But I do believe it has a great future in the market and will definitely hold its own in the future. But I think it's funny, Warfighter, you said don't sleep on Renegade. 40 Phantom says don't sleep on Meowscles. I do have both of those cards from Reloaded. And I believe I have Moisty Merman, Aim, and Heist, which I wanted his card because he does not have a Series 1, 2, or 3 card, and he's PC for me. I use him in game. I bought him all the way back in Chapter 1, Season 9 when he first came out. So I have like 5 or 6 Reloaded cards. And I enjoy some of it, but to me, it's like nowhere near as cool as, looking at a shard or a holofoil. You personally really like it? You see, it's like it's weird for me. I really understand why people like it, and I respect it. I respect the set a lot, and I see exactly where you're coming from. Why you like it? It's just what I've never personally enjoyed, but I understand why someone really like it, and they have like a weird kind of just the way I look at Reloaded. And like I said, I definitely think it'll hold its own in the market, be very respectable in the future, especially those 9s and 10s. Those will be massive. That Bunker Jonesy Reloaded 10 popped up. That's huge. And the person only asking like $550 for it. If there wasn't so many shards I still needed, I would have offered him like 400 or something for it, and hopefully he got it. There's just like so, like I said, I believe I have 8 cards left that I need to complete what my main goal for Fortnite was. Like I kind of set out with a goal of like a certain number of cards that I wanted, and I definitely got sidetracked and ended up just buying random cards that definitely weren't on that list. But there's only 8 left, and I've slowly chipped away at it while buying other stuff that weren't PC that I just liked. It's like I'm just looking. Like this Wukong, I just bought that because it was a PSA 3. And if you guys are a frequent viewer taking high ground, you guys know the joke behind that. And it's like Maximilian, just a good deal. Bought that from Robert the National. Thanks again for that. He gave me a really good deal on that. And this Ruckus, again, was also a really good deal. And then it's like these two weren't really PC. I guess Teef was. And Bow Bros was the first, like, I guess you could say somewhat decent Fortnite card I ever got. And it kind of got me into Fortnite cards. Like, again, kind of like more heavily. So I guess you could say that card's PC for me. It's like, or even Crack Shot, I never intended on owning one or getting one. Ace, Snow Squall. But, I could trade these. But it's like, I bought these with the intention of possibly moving them to get the cards that I wanted. That's like, as soon as I saw the shard, I was like, I can't get rid of this. This is way too cool to get rid of. I enjoy these shards way too much to want to sell or trade. I also eventually end up getting all the cash I need to get the rest of the ones that I want to get. So I don't know if anyone in chat has been keeping up with the Chapter 4 Season 4 trailers, but it's looking like Midas's drum gun will be back in the game. So it might be just a matter of time before Midas actually comes back into the game. And it looks like there's going to be a wild card, like, reskin in the Battle Pass, a Fish Sticks reskin in the Battle Pass, and this other, it was a female skin. I don't remember what the name was, but it was leaked to be in the Battle Pass. But the Fish Sticks reskin, that could be interesting to see if it does anything for the original Fish Sticks usage in game. Maybe that'll give it a resurgence along with the wild card. I think it's gonna called something like that. It's called Diamond Dealer or something was the one that was leaked. I wish I had the ability to show you guys what I'm talking about right now. But since I do my streaming off my phone and I don't own a computer, I don't have that ability. But like I said, I'd love to be able to do that. But it was leaked. It's called Diamond Dealer is the wild card variant in the upcoming Battle Pass of the next season, and the Fish Sticks reskin. So I think both those will be good to help out some of the cards in Series 1 because, people if a reskin happens, people start using the original one to kind of say, I got this one. You got the one from the Battle Pass, but either I played in that Battle Pass or I spent the V-Bucks to get it. It's almost like a flex is what I've noticed is people like to do that. I'm really excited for the next season. It's looking like it's going to be similar to Chapter 2, Season 2. And I definitely believe this is a season that Midas will come back. I don't want to guarantee it, but I strongly believe Midas is coming back this season. So I feel like I should get something of Midas other than 2 base cards right about now. But like I said, he's not PC for me, and there's still 8 more cards I need to prioritize getting before, investment pieces. I do have a Midas Reloaded SGC 9, so that's good for Midas to have. That's a good Midas card to have. That's technically his true rookie, so. Hot take incoming, Fish Sticks will be just as big as Peely when it comes to Fortnite brand. I completely agree with you, Warfighter. I'm not saying he's going to be just as big, but I think Peely's going to be like, obviously like at the very top, and fish sticks will just be like this far below him. Like it'll be so close. But I think Peely always have just that slight edge. Because I think he's just a touch more iconic in game. But I completely agree with you, Warfighter. I wouldn't. I just think fish sticks would be just like, say Peely's like the 10. Like I'll get it like grading almost. Peely is the 10, and fish sticks is the 9.5. Like just right there, but not there. Do you invest in any sealed or just singles? 40 Phantom, I would invest in sealed, but it would be open within 12 hours of me getting it in hand. So I'm not a big sealed guy because I can't be a big sealed guy. And eventually, like I said, I keep talking about you got a CGC Warfighter. I got a CGC 10 Hollow USA fish sticks for you. Yeah, that's a really nice card. What's this Hollow doing right now? Just raw, like $40 maybe. Daniel, do you know what fish sticks hollow foils do? I'd imagine they're like $40 maybe USA. I'm assuming you're talking about. Yeah, you said USA print, so I'm assuming USA hollows do around $40 right now. I'm not sure. Already got a PSA 10 fish sticks hollow foil. That's a really nice card. Warfighter. I know someone with the SGC 8.5 fish stick shard. That's insane. You're not sure what one goes for? Yeah, I mean, if you want to tell us what you're at, you want to help promote that card. What are you asking for that fish sticks? CGC 10, I mean, USA print hollow foil. If you want to tell us what you're asking for it. If you have a price in mind. But Warfighter, back up to what you said about the fish sticks would be just as big as Peely. I think he's going to be right up there, just slightly below it. Not sure about the price, honestly. I'm assuming is what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, CGC 10, if the hollow foil, I'll say the hollow foil is doing $40. I don't know, maybe that CGC 10 is 175 to 200 maybe. I don't know. That'd be my estimate on the value of it, like 175 to 200. I'm gonna say 150 to 200 to be a little bit more conservative on that. But I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't know too much. I don't follow the hollow foils too much. Don't do what Dylan does and call them fish sticks. I've always done that. Like when he first came out in Chapter 1, Season 7 or 8, and I was calling them fish sticks. That's just, I don't know. It just rolls off the tongue better, I guess, and I don't know. I think like Rob does it too, and pretty much everyone does it. If you ever talk to them about Fortnite, they just call them fish sticks. Yeah, I definitely like fish sticks. He's not PC for me. I'm not exactly sure why, because I mean, I like fishing a lot, so. But I guess Moisty Merman was kind of like the first like fish like skin, so I was kind of more drawn to him. He came out like 4 seasons before fish stick, so just the first one I saw, and that just became my PC and my favorite skin. Well, Warfighter, what's really bad is now Contract Giller from Series 3 called him Agent Fish Sticks. I've done that before in my videos. It's not a good look, I guess you could say. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard to like just not say fish sticks. I imagine that holofoil looks pretty nice with the orange. I like that orange color he has of his card. Kind of similar to Hyperion. I like that card a lot. That's one of the ones on my list of 8 cards that I want a Hyperion Crystal Shard. One of my friends used him in game a lot when we played back in the earlier days. So just based on that nostalgia, Hyperion is PC for me. I wish they'd use his base variant for his card. I do too. I think about that all the time. It's like, why do they have the pirate hat edit style on his card instead of just the regular one? I think that looks so much better too with the brown hat instead of the pirate hat looking one. I think, yeah, I definitely think that would be really good if they used the original one. And if you notice on the back, they didn't even specify as an edit style. Like, I'm trying to think if I have one by me that talks of Menace. You know how, so the base style of Menace is just him with like the plate of armor on his chest and his arms and his head and his legs are showing. It's just Menace. And then the one they used is called Menace, and they put in the parentheses undefeated. And it's like fish sticks, they didn't even do that. They didn't even put the name of the edit style on there. They just put fish sticks. Fish stick. Sorry, Warfighter. I'm gonna call him fish stick from now on just for you. So they just put fish stick instead of like putting parentheses. I forgot the name of the edit style where the one he has the pirate hat and he was just like pirate or something like that. But they didn't do that, unlike they started doing, So it could have just been a mistake on Panini's part and it just kind of slipped through the cracks. It'd be massive as a prototype where he has the brown hat on. His base version with the brown hat. That'd be massive if somehow that surfaced, but I don't believe there's a fish stick prototype out there. Send a picture to me. I would open it up, but I stream on my phone and I don't want to mess everything up. And if I open Instagram, it'll cut out my mic because that also has my mic feature enabled on Instagram. So I'll look at it after the stream though. If you want to tell me what it is and I can talk about it, or if it's like something you're selling and you don't want everyone like flooding your DMs about that card you're selling, that's fine. But if it's just something you want, like you would want me to like pull up on stream if I had the ability to, you could just tell me what it is and I'll talk about it. But yeah, Warfighter, I'm definitely disappointed they didn't use fish stick space style on the card. I have like some Series 3 base. I'm going to see if I can find anything like what I'm talking about with the parentheses. There we go. So, I don't know why I have this in a sleeve. But you see it says Skull Trooper and then in parentheses it says inverted. If you look at a fish stick space card, it just says fish stick, not the name of the edit style. So I don't know why they didn't do that. Weird. Like I said, Warfighter, if there was a prototype of him with his base style, that'd be insane. That'd be massive. Just showing the fish 10. Okay, yeah. That one is the gold, right? The CGC gold 10? Or am I wrong on that? I believe the one you posted on your Instagram a while back was the one with the gold 10, right? I need to sign a base Moisty Merman for me, Richard. I'm trying to get a set of all the signed cards from the community content creators. How much did that cost me? I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you just want to, I don't know. I never really thought about doing something like that. I'd have to get a Moisty Merman base. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think people would really care about that if I were to do that. I never really thought about doing something like that. I mean, signing a legendary base, I mean, that could be like $100 card in the future. You never know. I have a PSA 9 Lux base, and Rob signed the slab for me. That was really nice of him to do that because I won the card from him in a giveaway, and I said, I know you already gave the card away. You did me a huge favor there, but do you think you could just sign the card for me? I'd really appreciate that, and he did. So I really think that's cool. And I have a top loader signed by Dylan, which is really cool as well. But yeah, Warfighter. I mean, I don't know how much that would cost you. I don't know if I'd really charge for it. Just I guess the price of the shipping and to get a moisty base. I guess I don't know. I haven't really thought about that too much. I don't really have a signature. I mean, I don't know if I just sign my name in cursive or what. But I'm like I'm surprised that just sort of going to be a historical record of this community's early days. That's why I'm doing it. Yeah, that's really cool. I thought of that. I thought of that too. I mean, like I said, I got the Robin Dylan autographs, and yeah, I think that's a really cool thing you're doing. I think I actually got that idea from you. You typed that in Taking High Ground's chat one time, Warfighter, right when I first started watching that, and I was like, he's really onto something with that. And I ended up getting something signed by both of them. So yeah, that really is a smart idea, Warfighter. No, like I said, I mean, I'll have to think about that. I don't know about that. 40 Pam says good idea, Warfighter. Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, like I said, I believe, because I got the idea from someone in Taking High Ground's chat. It was probably him. And that was what prompted me to ask Rob and Dylan for their autographs eventually. So if that was you, Warfighter, gave me that idea, I appreciate that. Warfighter, do you have Instagram? I mean, I'm sure if you do, I'd follow you if you do. I don't know if you post your Fortnite cards, but you got Instagram, I'll follow you. And we can talk about this further, I guess. But I like what you're saying, talking about like the early years of the Fortnite card space, and then once it blows up, it'll be something to look back at. I mean, this is such a small community, especially the people that watch Taking High Ground, me, Western on YouTube, Fortnite Trading Card Hub, Epic Vault. I think he changed his name to Epic Vault now. And even Black Ash has a YouTube video up now. It's a really, really good video. I recommend you check it out. He reveals the grades of his prototypes that he bought at the National from CGC. He has an insane prototype collection now. Trying to think, 40 Phantom, I know you started creating Fortnite card content on YouTube. I'm trying to think if there's any other YouTube creators. Obviously, Eduardo, Let's Collect Together. They have an incredible collection that they showcase on their channel. I recommend watching some of their videos. But it's like right now on YouTube, the only like kind of consistent Fortnite trading card content is from me and Taking High Ground. I know Epic Vault just uploaded yesterday or the day before, but it had been a while since his last one. So, I mean, right now, me and Taking High Ground kind of the most consistent, but obviously I've only 57 subscribers, and some of the other ones have a couple thousand, like Eduardo does. He has like 2,000 or something, I believe. I think Epic Vault has around 1K, and Westrom has around 1K on his Fortnite card YouTube account. So, but I'll eventually get up there around like a couple hundred is my goal eventually to get up there. I know I didn't upload any actual videos over this past week. I'm gonna do a better job of that. I didn't have anything to make a video about. There was only one sale, and I wasn't gonna dedicate a whole video to one singular sale. That would be kind of boring, I'd imagine. And then I was gonna do a top 15, and I kept filming the video, and I probably spent like 2 hours trying to make it, and it just wasn't right. It just wasn't working for me. So I'll just wait until I get like better cards and do a longer video just showcasing just my best cards, my collection. interested to see when the 7, if they ever make their way back into the storyline. I'm sure they will eventually, but it's just weird where the storyline is at right now. I mean, another thing I don't understand is, so this is the third time we've had the heist theme in Fortnite. We've had it Chapter 1, Season 5, Chapter 4, Season 1, and now again in Chapter 4, Season 4. Where all like the heist theme skins, like the ones that commit like the heist or whatever. What do the actual deck of playing cards, like the 52 cards, have to do with any of this? Because there's wild card, there's ace, there's high card, there's the other ace variant. I just don't get what playing cards have to do with all the the robberies in Fortnite. There's something that I don't think any of us get. And there might be a connection between Bullseye and all the ace and wild card and high card, because in a recent reskin of Bullseye there was, I don't remember the exact playing card, but there was a playing card on her, on her skin, it was either a back bling or on her skin somewhere. So I don't know if there's any connection there, or if that was just random for design. But you got to believe they don't do anything by accident. They do everything for a reason for Fortnite, for their skins. But yeah, I just don't know about what the playing cards actually have to do with the heist theme in Fortnite. So you just gotta wonder, what connection is there, with, because you have to imagine all the storyline will eventually come forward and it all makes sense. But it all made sense up until about Chapter 3, Season 4, and so up until Chapter 3, Season 2, it all made sense. The 7 versus the IO, and then the 7 defeated the IO, and then Chapter 3, Season 3, the reality tree popped up, and then the Herald and the Chrome. And then in Chapter 4, Season 1, there's everything with Geno and the other, I forgot his name. That's going to bother me because I know I'm not going to ever get it. The other skin that was designed like Geno, and he was in the item shop. But there's that storyline in Chapter 4, Season 1. And in Chapter 4, Season 2, there's all the Mega City stuff, like the Tokyo, the futuristic kind of Tokyo kind of stuff. And then this season the jungle just randomly popped up, and this next season is going to be a heist theme. It just doesn't make sense. I don't think anyone really knows what's going on. I think you have to imagine eventually it'll come full circle, or it'll be 3 or 4 storylines that'll all eventually come full circle and we'll understand them all. But it's just hard to know what's going on, because you got to try to, and if you're investing in Fortnite cards, you want to figure out what's going to be important and consistently involved in Fortnite, with the storyline. It's you take someone like the Prisoner. He had his moment. Will it ever come again? Will he ever come back? Who knows? It's right now, it's hard to speculate on what skins are important to the storyline or not. So with this heist season coming up, this is the 3rd or 4th time that ace, wild card, high card have been involved. So that, again, not investment advice, that ace and wild card and the double agent wild card would be possibly a good investment to make. Just because this is the, like I said, the 3rd or 4th time they've been involved in the storyline and been a big part of the storyline. So who knows with something like that. Or it's even Ruin. He was rumored to be the Black Knight, and just nothing ever came from that. No one really knows what's the deal with that. Like I said, or Prisoner or Ice King. And the comics helped explain a lot of the stuff with the Ice King and the Prisoner. It kind of brought that to a close. But then there was the whole thing about the Prisoner possibly being involved with the 7 or being a member of the 7. And with the new Relic skin and the most recent Battle Pass possibly being the prisoner or ruin. So there's just no way of knowing about like what's going to be important with the storyline and what's not going to be important for the storyline. I mean, if it was back in chapter 1, who knows if it'll be relevant in chapter 5, 6, or 7, or even in this upcoming season. It's just impossible to tell. So I've streamed for 46 minutes tonight. I appreciate all you guys stopping in. 40 Phantom, Warfighter, Daniel. I believe those were the only 3 that were typing in chat tonight. But I really appreciate you 3, Warfighter, 40 Phantom, and Daniel. Appreciate you guys stopping by, just talking with me. I'll definitely get 1 or 2 videos out later this week. I'll figure out something to post. And like I said, I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'll see you guys next time.